I love CJs. CJs are probably one of my favorite Jeeps because to me, they are truly that civilian Jeep that came out of the military, and me being prior military, obviously I've got some love there. So the build you see sitting behind us, it's for the owner of Scosche. Now, Cass and I have been friends for a very long time. We've been business partners for a very long time as well. So before I go too far, you see that? All right, I want you to like, subscribe, do everything on the channel like you normally do, but I also want you to leave a comment below on what your favorite off-road vehicle is. I'm gonna be personally picking 5 comments on this video, and we're gonna make Scosche send out a prize pack to each one of you in support of your off-road and passion point, right? Because that's what this thing is. Now, when this build came in, I got a phone call from Cass. He said, hey, I'm sending you my Jeep down from the lake. This is his cabin Jeep. It stays there. It's not really driven a lot. It's not a hardcore off-roader. So he said, I don't want your typical Rockstar build. What I want is I need a Jeep that is freshened up. Now, suspension on this Jeep is leaf spring, not typically what we deal with on a coil or a coilover. Leafs are awesome. You can have a lot of fun with leafs, but again, you're not doing anything crazy on this. I think we're throwing a 3-inch lift on this thing from BDS, which is cool because it does come in with a Fox shock. We threw a little bit what I again would call bumpers and side steps on this thing, not armor, not anything like that, but just an inexpensive part that dress it up. Because again, this thing's not gonna be pinned up on ledges and rocks and everything. It just wants the aesthetic of a Jeep. We did put a nice plate in there though, because we want a winch to be on this thing. Because even if you're out there playing around, someone does something stupid, you get stuck in some mud, those Mickey Thompsons are gonna do as much as they possibly can, but at the end of the day, you might need a winch. We overkilled this thing. We threw a nice 10,000 pound winch on there because again, it doesn't have a lot of the things on there that we normally would put. So if this thing gets into a situation, I want it to be able to easily get out of that situation. Now let's get into suspension, wheels, and tires. We work with Mickey Thompson here because the guy who created the brand was a passionate person, an enthusiast, just like a lot of us. We're running, I believe, a 33 on this. It's an MTZ mud terrain, Baja Legend Series tire, white label sidewalls. It gives it like that 1985, fresh out the box, beautiful, nostalgic style build. In addition to that, we have obviously just some classic ion wheels on this thing. Again, not beadlocks or anything like that. Just a very simple classic wheel. You can drop down some air in it, but you can't go too low because it's not a beadlock. But again, it's just for your average person going out there and having fun on a dirt road. Bestop makes a lot of what I would say are the comfortability parts for a vehicle, whether it be seats, convertible tops. They also make floor mats, doors, uppers and lowers, you know, that kind of stuff, which really makes your door evolve into a modular situation that you can enjoy in the rain, you can enjoy in the mud, you can enjoy on the street. You can enjoy your Jeep anywhere just by simply pulling things apart, right? Or putting them back together. On this build, we got rid of everything that was on there. and we put a soft top from Bestop, obviously. Now, this is a really cool top because you can take the back window out, you can take the sides off, and then you have that fun Sunday drive. You can pull the uppers out of the doors, which they are Bestop doors, skins, and uppers, but you can kind of pull those things apart and have a super open, airy vehicle or something that's really protected, keeping you out of the elements. So in addition to obviously a lot of the other good parts we ran, we threw very simple Baja design lights on this. I think instead of XL80s, we built a couple quick tabs, threw those things on, threw some skillet on there and called it a day because again, we're not building something that's crazy. We didn't even have to run an S-Pod in this thing because it has one switch. I think it had a factory plug there for auxiliary lights. Now, we've had a lot of questions of where's gridlock? Where's gridlock? What's going on with gridlock? You can see gridlock right behind us. What gridlock is going through right now is an entire change again. After the build of Rock Buggy and what that thing is capable of with its wheelbase, rear steer, us involving ourselves more with East Coast Gear Supply and the design and what stuff they're coming out with, I wanted to just kind of rebuild gridlock again. We're still gonna have gridlock, but we're actually gonna be building another gridlock. MotoBuilt has been working on a custom body for us right now that actually takes the factory body and stretches it like you'd normally find on an LJ. In working with East Coast Gear Supply, we have a set of Dana 80s front and rear steer on this thing. The next rendition of gridlock is going to take the evolution of this to the next level. Cass, I hope you, your family, everybody enjoy this Jeep. You know what I mean, for the next 20 years, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.